So hi, I'm from Fangirlish, and obviously I'm here with some of the cast of Trust. So how are you guys all doing?
We're good.
I'm all right.
Happy this movie is finally coming out. How are you?
Yes.
I'm all right. Yeah, so right off the bat, we're here to talk about the movie Trust, and I just wanted to ask everyone, what is your favorite thing about the movie?
Ooh, you want to start off, Kat?
No, go for it.
My favorite thing. My favorite thing. I ain't gonna lie. My favorite thing.
Right.
Yo, so I play this character called Angus Guy. Yeah, I'm just like this Irish artist, whatever. I get to work with the most incredible actresses you've ever come across in your life. Yeah. Kat and V have a day off.
This guy.
Oh, V, no, you V.
The feelings are mutual. I loved working with you too. That's so sweet.
Do you like working with me? Oh, don't say for her.
I love working with
No
both
disrespect to you. No disrespect at all. I love working with you guys. No, I really did. Thank you so much. Because honestly, you made it worldly. And honestly, Kat was like a demon. Kat's like a savage. And V is the biggest boss you've ever met in your life, though. You never been on set with a boss like V.
Thank you, Lucien.
Victoria kills it.
Thanks, Lucien.
Sorry. Continue.
I was gonna say that my favorite thing about the film is probably, I love the fact that it is set in New York and we really capture the essence of the city and how beautiful it is, and New York at Christmas time, and even this one restaurant that we shot in with all these lights hanging from the ceiling. It was just visually so beautiful to me. And I also love the fact that it takes place in the art world, and that was all really fun for me.
Cool, babe. Thanks, Victoria. Thank you. Cheers. Nice one.
And I loved working with Lucien.
There you go, babe. There you go.
I would concur with all of that. But also, I think for me, I was so drawn to the story and to these characters and to the fact that it creates this little slice of life and a situation that at first seems very black and white, and then as you learn more about these people, it becomes so multidimensional, and you really get to see much more than you would initially on the surface, and that's very true to life.
Yeah, I found I kept rewinding to rewatch scenes to be like, oh wait, I didn't quite catch that. Yeah, it was very cool for sure. And actually, speaking of people you were working with on set, Kat, I know he's not here, but you've obviously worked with Matthew Daddario before on Shadowhunters. So what was it like getting to work with him on a very different project, and obviously with a very different dynamic between your characters?
Very different. I think Matt initially called me when he first came onto the show, and we had a conversation about it, going, can we say these things to each other without laughing? Because there's a lot of situations where I go, Matt's like my big brother. And so it's one of those situations where you go, okay, we're going to have to put our professional hats on here and really separate from life. But that's ultimately what you want when you're in very intimate situations on set. You want to be with someone you trust and with someone who you know is going to have your back. And for me, that's Matt Daddario, hands down. So we had a lot of fun as well. Matt and I have a very similar sense of humor in a lot of ways, and the banter between Owen and Amy lends itself to that quite a bit. So we had a lot of fun playing with that sort of ping pong match as well.
That's cool. Yeah, it was very jarring at first seeing you two together in with those characters.
Yeah.
Definitely. And Victoria, you obviously started acting when you were pretty young. I actually grew up watching your Nickelodeon shows, so it was cool to see you. Awesome. So what was it like to take on this sort of more mature role in a movie with pretty mature subject matter?
Yeah, I felt like I was really ready to do it. It felt like the timing was right. It felt like the project and the script was right. And, I feel like my audience has obviously grown up with me. So I felt like it makes sense, made sense. And like Kat was saying, I feel like it is a very relatable relationship kind of rom-drom, and those are some of my favorite kind of movies. And I think there's going to be a lot of conversations afterwards as far as who's wrong, who's right, did he cheat, did she really cheat, what's happening. And so I loved all of that about this film, and it felt like the right time.
I think you're an absolute boss of a human being, and you're absolute coming to yourself as a woman as well. Like you are beautiful soul, like, yeah, and you carry this whole thing. Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you. That's so
On this
sweet.
one. Yeah. Yeah. No, I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. She's a superstar. Like, no. When I say superstar, I mean that, like, as in, like, she made my heart feel fucking shit hot.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
No, I love working with you. Sorry, Kat, we didn't have everything Kat was shit.
We had a little bit.
We were horrible to each other every time. You know what? I was trying to come on to you every time.
Yeah. Amy wasn't having it. She had a very singular focus.
Yes.
So Lucien, your character was one of the most entertaining to watch, I found, when I watched this movie. What can you tell us about, like, the character and how much fun it was to play this guy?
Mate, it's living my best life. You've seen how incredible this cast is. Like, it's a joke. Like honestly, Brian brought me on board, and I was like, yo, let's knock this out of the park and just, like, let's have some fun with it. And you know, to be honest with you, the only reason why I could have so much fun with this character is because the people that was around me, the actors were so willing to give and give and give and give and give and give and give. And Lindsay and Chan, like I'll add them on as well. But, like, yo, but Kat and V, like, yo, like, are you kidding me? like they gave me a slippery floor, and I went on my knees and I slid across that motherfucker. Thank you very much.
So I'm not totally sure about the timeline of when you guys were filming. Did the pandemic affect this? Were you filming during it?
So honestly, we made this movie at just the right time. The timing couldn't have been more perfect, because our wrap party actually got canceled because that's when the pandemic was really getting real. But we made it just, like, in the nick of time.
I remember I got back to LA from shooting, and the day after, the whole country shut down. And we were starting to hear things while we were shooting of, oh, maybe we shouldn't take the subway. And I remember the day the first case got to New York, we were in the middle of production. We all sort of went, what is this? And how is it going to affect things? And what is the world going to look like? And there were all these speculations. And thank goodness we got the movie done, because now we can put some entertainment out in the world that's still very strange.
I booked a flight to Antigua for 3 weeks. I stayed there for 7 months.
You lucky duck. Why didn't you take us with you?
Yeah, babe. The offer was always there. I told you. If you watch the movie, you'll understand. I told you. Victoria had my heart first, so sorry. What?
I was going to say, kind of on that same note, obviously this movie is coming out right as we hit that the 1 year mark of the pandemic. So what do you hope that people will get out of this movie? The timing.
Kat, you got that one in the bag. I know you got that in the bag. You got that soul stuff. You're ready to go.
Honestly, I think that, I don't know, when I watch movies now or TV shows or things that were obviously shot pre-pandemic, and you see people in restaurants or folks having dinner. I think I was watching a screener of this and I saw the scene of everybody at dinner, and I just went, that's all I want, is to just go out to a restaurant and be surrounded by people and noise and ambiance. And like we said, New York, New York has changed so much since we made this movie, and it celebrates that kind of energy and that spirit and that current that is New York City. And I think we captured it really well, which, will hopefully remind people of what the world can be again once it heals.
I fucking love that, babe. You killed that. Victoria, what are you going to say?
No, I was also just going to say, like, I hope that it brings people together. I hope that people can, well, obviously not too many people together, but that they can watch it and, that it'll start a conversation, and that they can have conversations with their friends or their family about their thoughts on what happened in the movie and what they think is right or wrong and how they feel about all of it. So I just, I hope it brings people entertainment and joy in some way, and that they can talk about it.
Me personally, I hope it rips people apart, because I know for a fact everyone's gonna question that partner that's just doing everything's going well, but they're gonna be like, yo, so how'd you really feel? But how'd you really feel? So everyone's gonna push the boundaries on this shit.
Sorry,
So,
in.
I don't know. We have a lot of.
Thank you all so much. It was lovely to talk to you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. It was great talking to you.
So much.